vamos a entrometernos en la conferencia de la Academia de Líderes de FISU que nos va a dar la señora Albina Rakhmatullina. Albina trabajó en la dirección estratégica y el desarrollo de la Academia de Líderes Voluntarios de FISU desde su creación en 2017 como coordinadora del proyecto. Comenzó a ser voluntaria en 2008 y recibió el estatus de voluntaria del año en 2010 en Kazán. Fue jefa de comunicaciones y base de datos en el Departamento de Voluntarios durante la Universiada de 2013. Fue pionera e implementó un curso y un libro titulado Inglés 4U, destinado a enseñar y preparar a voluntarios de 20 ciudades de Rusia para los Juegos Mundiales Universitarios de 2013. No solo es gerente coordinadora y líder de su propio proyecto, sino que ella misma realizó muchos voluntariados. Por ejemplo, los Juegos Mundiales Universitarios en Belgrado 2009, Erzurum 2011, Shenzhen 2011, Kazán 2013, Nápoles 2019, Juegos Olímpicos de la Juventud en 2010, en Singapur e Innsbruck 2012. Los Juegos Olímpicos de Londres del 2012, Euroskills 2016 en Gotemburgo, World Skills 2017 en Abu Dhabi, FIFA, la Copa del Mundo del 2018 y los innumerables eventos en Kazán comparten su gran experiencia. Ella realmente cree que ambos proyectos, FBLA y FISU Student Ambassadors Program, tienen un gran potencial con Student Ambassadors en más de 100 países que trabajan en beneficio del deporte universitario. Desde 2021 es auditora en el equipo de Campus Programa Saludable. Bueno, le damos la bienvenida y un aplauso.
Hello, everyone. I hope that you can hear me well. I welcome here all the participants of the Foro FISU America Forum, and I'm so happy and I'm so honored to be one of the speakers at this event, especially at the section which is called the Legacy of the University Sports, because I truly believe that both of the projects that I represent today, the FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy and the FISU Student Ambassadors Program, they bring us to this word of the legacy of the university sport. And I believe that the greatest legacy are the people of these events and of these activities that interact, that make friends, that work together. And I would like to tell you more about these two projects of FISU and what is the difference between them. So the FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy is the educational event of the FISU education, which is the online or offline educational event. And it happens during a few days, and it has a very well-created educational program, which is based on the four letters as FBLA, as we call it. We speak about F, the FISU, about the volunteer management, about the L, the leadership and the soft skills. And during the academy part, we teach the future student ambassadors how to represent their federations and how to speak to students and how to bring the values of the university sports worldwide. So it started in 2017, and now with the 5 editions of the FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy, we bring together at least 70 and up to 120 national university sports federations, and most of the continental university sports federations are joining us. So the FISU Student Ambassadors Program is started as the legacy of the FBLA itself in 2018, when we realized that these fantastic students, when they go back to their countries, they start spreading the word of FISU and the friendship and the university sport worldwide. So now it's the FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy is the event, like a one-time event, and the FISU Student Ambassadors Program is something that we work on during the whole year. And when speaking about these two projects, the student first dives into the FBLA as the participant, then he becomes a FISU student ambassador for 1 year or for 2 years, and then he is an active member of the FBLA community, and he can play very different roles here. So speaking about the roles and responsibilities about these students, I would say that they make different events at their countries. They take interviews from the NUSS president. They attend monthly webinars that we held together, that we held at the FISU Education. They organize the International Day of University Sports. They give presentations to students. And I think that one of the most important is that they make their little own projects at their federations together with the federations and implement it according to the action plan that we design after the academy individually. So I would probably say that I think that this program is quite important, and it was very successful upon these 5 years, because 4 countries, they started their local academies. It's Argentina, Brazil, Ecuador, and Iran. We have students that are the parts of the FISU committees, the FISU Student Committee and the Gender Equality Committee. They participate in different events all over the world. 17 FISU student ambassadors and the alumni, they work within National University Sports Federations. And today, I would like to focus more on those FISU student ambassadors and the FBLA alumni who are from the Americas. And here, when working on this presentation for the past week, it was a fantastic experience for me, because I was collecting these stories of the alumni and of all the ambassadors and the students that we worked together for the 5 years. And there were so many different beautiful stories. Some of them, they are taking part in this year's academy. Some of them, 5 of them, they are working at their federations. And 18 of them, because of them, they were the interviews of the NUSF president that were published at the official website of the FISU. And here are some of the stories, that these stories are very different. For example, Esteban and Maria from Costa Rica, they created the volunteer program. And for example, Ronald from El Salvador, he is organizing different tournaments. I would say that Karen from Ecuador, she's a very unique FISU student ambassador, because she developed the volunteer culture of the Ecuador Federation from the very roots. And she organized during pandemic the online Volunteer Leaders Academy in Ecuador. And I would emphasize 2 federations, Brazil, CBDU, and Argentina, FIDUA, who organized both the local academies, like separate academies. And actually, Argentina started it from the very first year of the FBLA. So they have 5 academies now. We have so many students. And here you see all the beautiful names of our ambassadors, of our alumni who organized these events. And I would say that for Brazil, the speaker of this year's FBLA would be Bruno, who actually is not an ambassador, but I know him because he organized the Brazilian Volunteer Leaders Academy. And I think that this is the examples, like these are the best examples of the legacy. These federations, they organize so many events that our students that are the FISU student ambassadors, they can participate in and they can join these events. Here are some of the other activities. It's very important. We realize the importance of the mental health, of the sustainability questions during pandemic. And I'm very proud here also to represent the FISU Healthy Campus program, which is a very prospective and developing one as well. And we have some students, for example, Valeria from Mexico, she organized with her federation offline and online events on the mental health. And for example, Tahir from Barbados, he, for all of us, even like for me, surprisingly, he was always speaking about the importance of the building a social media, like the personal brand and the brand of the federation, because it attracts more students to the university sports. And we have, for example, in Jamaica, Tajai, he was one of the students who helped his federation to make the esports competition, which is becoming more and more popular nowadays as well. And now I can speak about this like forever, because I'm very proud of all these people, and they are now my very close friends. And I would give a floor to the first participants of the FVLA from 2017, Timothy from Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you so much, Albina, and hello to everyone. Hope everyone is doing great. So I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, as Albina just mentioned, representing the Tertiary Sport Association of Trinidad and Tobago, which is my NUSF. One of the first things that we did after the FISU Ambassadors Program started, and the first 2 points on this slide, when I speak to it a little bit, we didn't know much about who FISU was, and we didn't know much about the NUSF. So we decided to go around to the different universities and colleges around the country and give presentations on who FISU was, what they do, who our NUSF is, what is their role and function in the country, also about the benefits of volunteering and also living healthy lifestyles. And coming out of those presentations, we set up a database of volunteers. So we got people interested in volunteering for our local events. So we have a list of about 200 people willing to participate and help us whenever we have events in Trinidad and Tobago. I also volunteered with our NUSF in their games committee. So I helped to organize different tournaments, cricket, football. We had a volleyball tournament in different capacities, including appointing referees and other match officials, and even volunteers to be team attaches, etc. During match days, and it was quite successful. I also assisted the country in their preparation to go to the summer university at the time, which included, and I had no experience in booking tickets and organizing travel arrangements from those athletes coming even from the US to represent Trinidad and Tobago, and even from those here. And I also volunteered at various sporting events in the country throughout the different universities, and also planned and organized our first IDU celebrations, which was quite successful. The second picture there on the football field was our first IDU celebration. It was a football tournament for all the universities, and we also had aerobics event immediately after that. Back to you, Albina.
Thank you, Timothy. And I would also give a floor to Jose from Chile, speaking about his experience, because he's the one who only attended the online versions of the FVLA.
Muchas gracias, Albina. Muchas gracias, Timothy. Bueno, mi nombre es José Tomás Pacheco, yo represento a FENAUDE desde Chile. El año pasado, lamentablemente por temas atingentes a la pandemia, debimos de hacer nuestros planes de manera online totalmente, por lo cual, aprovechando, tuvimos una serie de charlas con varios embajadores y ex embajadores de Latinoamérica, Chile, Ecuador, Perú. También creamos varios posts en línea para que la gente, los estudiantes universitarios, conocieran lo que es la celebración del Día Internacional del Deporte Universitario, supieran cómo celebraron las maneras, y estamos muy felices porque tuvo una muy buena llegada, ya que universidades de todo Chile hicieron pequeñas actividades en sus propios campus. Estamos bastante contentos con eso. Ya este año, con la vuelta a la presencialidad y gracias a que se relajaron las medidas de cuarentena, pudimos comenzar a hacer actividades ya presenciales en campus, en conjunto con el Centro Deportivo de Estudiantes de la Universidad Católica. Realizamos una serie de bienvenidas a los estudiantes, como le decimos nosotros, novatos, muchos de ellos que llegan por su tercer año de universidad y que no conocían lo que era un campus universitario, no conocían. Pues bastante... Quedamos muy felices con la experiencia, tuvimos una muy buena llegada, mucha gente, muchos estudiantes se nos acercaron a hablar con nosotros. Y para lo que se viene este año, nuestro proyecto más ambicioso, en conjunto con FENAUDE y en conjunto con el Centro Deportivo de Estudiantes de la Universidad Católica, es la creación ya presencial de la primera academia de líderes voluntarios FENAUDE aquí en Chile. La deseamos realizar en septiembre, de que queremos que sea en el marco de la celebración del Día Internacional del Deporte Universitario. También destacar que finalmente nosotros, con todo esto que estamos haciendo, es en base a, como se dijo anteriormente por Albina, todo lo que es el movimiento de voluntarios, el movimiento de estudiantes voluntarios universitarios, que en Chile tiene una gran masa de personas, una gran masa de estudiantes que quiere hacer cosas pero no sabe cómo hacerlo. Entonces nuestro principal objetivo será como educarlos, especialmente debido a la geografía de nuestro país, que muchas veces no nos permite hacer actividades de carácter centralizado. Volvemos contigo, Albina. Gracias.
Thank you so much, Jose. It was very nice listening to you speaking Spanish, because all the time I speak only English to you. And I would say that there are different roles that you can try when being the FISU student ambassador or when working with your federation. And when you play these roles, you gain different skills. And I asked Timothy just to mention some of the roles that you played in this project.
Yes, so definitely some of the roles you can play after completing the FISU Volunteers Academy and becoming an ambassador. As an active alumni, you could also be a recruiter for the future FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy events. You can be a team leader for new participants, so you can share your experience, your wealth of knowledge, help to guide the new students, the new participants through their year as an ambassador. You can even become a speaker or an interviewer at the FVLA. So if you have experience in, say, for example, sport management or even leadership skills, there are different topics during the academy that you can be a speaker at the actual academy, whether it be online or offline. You could also be a moderator of group sessions. So even Jose was in one of my groups before. I was one of his mentors, one of his leaders, and moderating group sessions, encouraging team building between the new participants, etc. Content manager of cultural sessions. There are some active alumni working with Albina and those in the organizing committee to post content on Instagram and Facebook and social media, and even developing cultural sessions for the new members of the ambassadors program, and also being social media team member. So again, creating content, advertisement pictures, and interesting ideas and motivation tips for the younger ones coming in.
Thank you, Timothy. I would say that if a student is active, the student is active everywhere. And I'm very proud of our FISU student ambassadors who can combine their education with the sports, with the professional sports, and to do the dual career and to speak about it. So we have many swimmers and divers, and Aldair from Peru, he is doing the taekwondo, and Selena Toth from Canada, she's a diver. She participated in Tokyo Olympics, and I remember that we were cheering for her and WhatsApp and chatting her in WhatsApp on this. And Jose here himself is a swimmer as well. So to end my presentation, I would just say that even when organizing this forum, Tatiana Alonso was the FVLA alumna, and she was contacting me about the technical details of this. And I just checked the participants who are watching this session now, and I see Leyland there as one of our ambassadors as well. And I would, if you are watching this, and if you are the representative of the National University Sports Federation or the continental one, or you are the student, please contact your federation and make sure that you know about these events more, because these are good opportunities to find new friends, to learn about different cultures, because it's not only the education and sport, but it's about learning about the culture, about the outfits, about the food, about different languages. And we want to focus on it more. That's why we established educational sessions like the cultural sessions, where ambassadors can try themselves as speakers. And we really revealed some of the great speakers from these sessions. And as I started these presentations with the word that I think that the greatest legacy of every event is the student, are the people. And I think that my presentation and the words of Timothy and Jose, it proved it. And they inspire me, that they motivate me, and I really hope that it will last more, because I think that these are the great programs. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Albina, Timothy y José. Y bueno, le preguntamos a ver si alguien les quiere hacer alguna pregunta sobre lo que hemos oído, sobre algún otro tema del público. Allá. Un segundito, por favor, que ya les hacen una pregunta, ¿eh? Muchas gracias.
Buenos días. Dos preguntas. ¿Cuáles son las características que debe tener una persona, un estudiante o un voluntariado para ser parte del voluntariado de FISU? ¿Y cómo, o simplemente los contacta, o a través de la universidad, si queremos hacer un grupo de estudiantes que quieran o que hagan parte de este voluntariado, se puede contactar directamente?
Thank you for the question. To join the FISU events, you should find all the information at the official FISU website, and then you should contact your national or continental university sports federation. If you're not sure about the contacts of it, just check the FISU.net website, find your country there, your federation, contact it, and join this event. It's not only these educational events, there are different educational programs and events and scholarships that students can take part in. So just please check the website and contact your federation.
¿Alguna otra pregunta? Bueno, les agradecemos enormemente a Albina, José y Timothy por sus interesantes palabras sobre el tema liderazgo, tema que la verdad siempre es necesario e influyente. Muchísimas gracias, un aplauso para ellos, por favor.